To this tutorial. My name is Lauren Kimball for ANI 150, and presently I'm recording the tutorials for the Sci-Fi Crate, but I want to take a moment to address something that's really important, and that is the importance of creating and setting projects before you start building anything in Maya. It's important because you need to know where things are located when you save them out of the file or save them out of the program. And it's also important because Maya needs to know where things are, particularly when it comes to assigning textures. So the first thing I want to address is, where do things go when you don't set your project? So many of you will create something like, on the first day of class we created these little castles and robots made out of polygon primitives as a way to get used to the interface. Well, let's say I just started creating a castle and I want to save it. So I go File, Save Scene, I'll name it like Castle 001 and save. Awesome. Carry on building, and we're out of time in class, so gotta back up my files, but they're not on the desktop, they're not on my flash drive. So where does Maya send things when you don't set your project? And the answer is the default folder. Now, if you're working from your home computer, it will likely send it to whatever project you were last set to. So if you're working on your crate 1 minute and you start a new project, then it's going to save to the scenes directory of your crate. Whatever you were last working on in Maya is the directory it wants to go to. But because at Jugo we reset the computers, it's always going to want to go to the default. So where does the default live? On both Mac and PC, it's under My Documents, and you'll find a Maya file, and inside the Maya file is projects, and then you'll find the default folder, which is just a directory that happens to include everything that you create with, when you create one. It's just, this is the default. So under scenes, there's that castle that I had created, so I'm going to drag it to the desktop. Now, because this was such a simple, rudimentary project, it didn't matter that it had a project. But let's say, just for the sake of example, that we want to create a project folder for Castle. How do we do that? Well, we go to File, and we scroll down to the project window, which is located under the project divider here. You go to New, and you name that project. So in this case, I'm going to name it Castle. And location, I'm going to go ahead and set it to my desktop. You could set it to your external hard drive, you could set it to your flash drive, it's really up to you. But right now, I'm going to go ahead and set this to the desktop. And then I'm going to just press accept because all the defaults are fine. And then you'll notice that there's Castle directory, and I can now put my castle in there in the scenes folder. And when I press File, Open, it automatically goes to that scenes folder from the project that I just created, and there's Castle. Alright, so I'm going to go File, New, and I'm going to show why it's important to set a project. So my last project was inside the Castle folder, so if I go File, Open, it thinks I still live in Castle. But let's just say I didn't set my project, and I go over here and I open up my finished dice, okay? And I'm going to drag that finished dice into Maya. Give it a second, I'm experiencing the pinwheel of doom. Oh, there it is, because of that. Alright, so there's my die. I press 6 and nothing shows up. Remember, 4 is wireframe, 5 is shaded view, 6 will actually reveal textures when you have textures applied, but I don't see any textures. For some of you, this will look like the color green if the connection's broken, but typically it's just going to show a gray shade. And, well, is something broken? You could click on the die, go into the attribute editor, find the shader, and literally reconnect with the file, bit by bit by bit. So category by category. You can literally go into the diffuse map and do this. You could do that to the specular map. It's a huge pain in the butt. What you really should just do is go File, Set Project, find your project directory, and press Set. And boom, I didn't even have to reopen it in this instance. It just automatically opened and reassigned itself, which is great. So start trying to remember to set your project and create projects when you are starting something new in Maya. This is going to save you a lot of time and a lot of headaches. Thank you.